Okay, so we have a lot of new information coming in regarding the second round stimulus checks, the second round stimulus package, as well as some potential executive orders or actions that Biden could push once he gets into office based on what ends up happening over the next couple of weeks. And if we fail to come to a conclusion or if we fail to get a second round stimulus check. So that's what I'm going to be uncovering today. We're going to talk about the newest proposals that are out, what's most likely going to happen, and if we fail to come to a conclusion or if we fail to get a second round stimulus check, we're going to talk about a few options that Biden has to make sure that we do get that kind of relief that we need. So let's dive right into it. Okay, so as we get started, make sure you check out my channel and subscribe to my channel if you're wanting more updates on stimulus proposals, stimulus package updates, unemployment extension updates, or if you're even wanting personal finance information regarding budgeting, increasing income, or investing for financial freedom, make sure you check out my channel as I have a lot of great videos I'm posting regarding those topics. So right now, we essentially have three major proposals that are being pushed. We have one right now by Nancy Pelosi that's being created. That's going to be somewhere around a $1.1 to $1.3 trillion package. We also have one by Mitch McConnell that's being worked on. That's going to be somewhere around a $600 billion stimulus package. And the third one that we have is a new bipartisan proposal for $908 billion. Now, this is the one that I do believe has the highest likelihood of being passed. I did post a video just yesterday regarding all the details of this proposal. So make sure you check the link down in the video description box below for all the details on exactly what it entails, who it benefits, what it's going to provide. But in a quick nutshell, the biggest highlight points of it are a $300 a week unemployment extension going until March. There may be a possibility as well as that being retroactive based on when your unemployment expires, because by the end of this year, millions of Americans will have expired unemployment and will have no means of income. In addition to unemployment extension, we have additional funds like PPP programs, we have education, transportation. But the other really big fact and the disappointing news is that in this $908 billion proposal, there was no mentioning of a second round stimulus check. So I want to talk about that for a second. Let's talk about some of the possibilities of what could happen if this were to pass and there were not to be a second round stimulus check. Biden does have some options in terms of executive orders and things that he could do to help work around that and to combat that if that is not the case. So to start out, we need to understand that Biden is really pushing and putting a lot of directive out there, telling people that we should come to some sort of an agreement. And even if on the Democratic side, if they're not getting as much as they want, or even on the Republican side, if it's a little too much, you know, Biden is putting that directive out there that look at this more as a down payment, because during this lame duck phase, if we can get just some sort of a stimulus package created, well, in a few more months as Biden gets into office, him and his team can create more proposals, more stimulus packages, and more relief once he is in office. Now, Biden himself has a lot of updates and stimulus packages that he wants to push. He does want to extend the CARES Act unemployment extension. For those of you who do not remember that was that $600 extra a week unemployment benefit on top of your state unemployment. Biden is wanting to push for that. In addition, he's wanting to provide extra funding for things like evictions and housing compensation and things that help people not get evicted, unemployment packages, more PPP disposal, and things like that. But here's the main issue. Only Congress has the sole authority to pass new laws regarding the federal budget. And this includes things like a second stimulus check or extra unemployment benefits. The good news is, though, is that under certain limited circumstances, the sitting president does have the ability to use an executive action or executive order to create temporary rules. And this is something that we saw with President Trump back around August when he did an extension of the CARES Act for around the additional $300 a week. So in this $908 billion package, if we do not get a second round stimulus check for $1,200, or if this package does not pass, here are a few ways in which Biden could use an executive order, executive action, or other ways in which he can work around to provide relief and funding for everyone in America. So the first one is that he could temporarily renew bonus unemployment money. The sitting president does not have authority to just go ahead and create additional unemployment benefits. That's only done by Congress. However, the sitting president does have the ability to have workarounds, such as using untapped resources that we saw President Trump do around end of July, early August, when he used the unused or untapped FEMA resources to help extend the CARES Act past July 31st, so that additional $300 a week unemployment extension. So Biden could do something similar, although the challenge would be that he would need to find additional funding from somewhere and use those sources to provide additional unemployment benefits. The second thing that Biden could do is he could raise the minimum wage, starting with federal contractors. So throughout Biden's campaign, we have heard from him time and time again that he is a component of a $15 an hour federal minimum wage, up from the current $7.25. Now, once again, here's the ticker. Without congressional support, Biden can't simply just raise the federal minimum wage amount. However, he can start by increasing the minimum pay for people under a federal contract. And this is something that he could do through an executive action, according to many economists. Now, this hourly boost would provide upwards of 5 million more Americans with additional income for more relief. The third thing Biden could do is pause student loans, including interest payments. So as of right now, the current deferment of student loan repayments are set to expire December 31st, back when Trump signed an order to make sure that the student loan payments would be deferred, including interest. So Biden has the same option to continue those deferments out into the future of 2021. And in addition to postponing or deferring student loan payments, he could also work on a student loan cancellation proposal, which he has been an advocate of, according to his emergency action plan to save the economy. Now, in this proposal, he has pushed for a $10,000 student loan cancellation plan, and I do have a video of that in the description box below, so make sure you check out more details on how the $10,000 student loan forgiveness plan would work. The other thing that Biden could do is to stop evictions for unpaid rents. As of right now, the eviction moratorium that Trump put in order is set to expire around December 31st. And if Congress has not put a hold on that, Biden once again could use some executive action or executive order to go ahead and further delay that out into 2021. This executive action or order that Biden could push would require landlords to not be able to evict people for not paying rent. However, tenants can still be evicted for other reasons outside of paying rent. Now, this particular law is a very rare law that's hardly ever been used, but Trump did use it, just a little bit ago, and that was a law from the Center of Disease Control. And the whole purpose of this law is to stop spreading of diseases by keeping people in their home and helping prevent homelessness. So those are some of the main ways in which Biden could use executive order action in order to help create relief if we do not get the $1,200 second round stimulus check. Now, a lot of what Biden can quickly or quickly not do will also depend on certain things, like how Georgia plays out with the Senate runoffs. So if the Democratic Party can take control of the Senate, this will provide a lot more options and benefits for Biden to be able to push more aggressive packages and relief funds once he enters into office. So keep in mind, like I said, Biden has been pushing a lot of directive to settle on something right now, considering a down payment, so that later on, when he gets into office, he can push larger relief packages that he is a major proponent of. Make sure you comment below. What are your thoughts and everything? Do you think any of this stuff will get passed? Or what are your thoughts on the $908 billion stimulus package? With it being a bipartisan package and a proposal, do you feel like there's going to be a much higher likelihood of that getting passed? Leave your comments below. If you have questions, leave comments below. And let's be safe out there, and I wish you the best.